It was a historic moment at the official presentation of the book titled Zoning of Governorship Position in Enugu State, Evolution, Practice and Convention 1999 to 2023, published by Asana Publishers, held at the Dome International Conference Center, Enugu, on Thursday, 7th May 2026. Join me as we take you through exclusive one-on-one sessions with the authors and distinguished dignitaries who grace the occasion. We'll start with the authors, and first is Uchenna Cyril Anyuke, PhD, a renowned publisher, broadcast journalist, and a certified mediator. He is also an author and a writer. Anyuke not only hosts Freedom Square live on Solid 100.9 FM, he also anchors Beyond the Headlines on Freedom Square TV.
Zoning in Enugu State, like I said, did not start in 1999 because in 1999 there was no zoning. I explained it like it was an accident. That the then two gladiators, Jim Ifeanyi and Obi contest. Jim supported somebody else and Obi supported somebody else. And then suddenly Jim came back and said he was going to replace himself and Chimaru came next. But that was just an accidental thing. It was not a planned thing. Enugu did not sit to say he's going to come. But as Chima was leaving, he thought it wise to hand over to somebody. If Chima had wanted even his son to become governor when he was leaving, it would have happened. But there was this practice that was evolving. So he should go to Enugu. As well as Panchime, long even before the end of his tenure, made the proclamation of Anye Jebe Nsuka. And Anye Jebe Nsuka became a sing song that it is the turn of Nsuka. What I mean is Nsuka knows Nigeria. At the end of 8 years of Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, something dramatic happened after 8 years. What was that? Many people wanted Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi to retain the governorship in any one of Nigeria for very selfish reasons. What did they say? That Nibola, at the cost of his political career, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi insisted that the governorship must go to Enugu East. And it cost him a lot. But to maintain that zone, it happened. And that's what will happen today. And it's our hope that when Peter leaves, that zoning, that rotation, that convention will continue. And it will go practically to the next territorial zone, to the West. And so what we have done is to critically examine all the records, do all the interviews, go to archives and analyze all the issues that had made zoning, whether you call it rotation, sustainable in Enugu State. And our conclusion is that if it aren't broken, you don't fix it. So if it's working, why don't we continue? And it's working, and we encourage our people. But the other thing is that a time had arrived when all the stakeholders in Enugu, call them priests, call them academia, of all political parties and shades, should now come together under one roof and make a projection for the next 30, 40 years on how this rotation will happen for our own kids. So if they have a timeline, a roadmap for the next 30 years, that's my own postulation coming out from here. That Enugu stakeholders, no matter the party, should come together and say, when he leaves Enugu East, he goes to Enugu West, he leaves Enugu West and make a projection for the next 30 years. That is the only way that next time we won't find people from other zones contesting. And that's what we saw.
Next is Ambrose Ibuke, PhD, a consummate communication and media scholar, journalist, broadcaster, public affairs analyst, PR reputation manager, certified mediator, and training facilitator. Dr. Ibuke is a communication consultant to UNEP and World Bank. He is the chairman of the Guild of Public Affairs Analysts of Nigeria.
In Enugu State, we have, since 1999 in the Fourth Republic, we have practiced zoning, rotating among the 3 senatorial districts. But remember that some other people do zoning according to cultural zones and ethnic zones. For example, if you go to Kogi, they will talk about the Galas and the Ebiras. If you go to Delta, among the 3 senatorial zones that have different ethnic nationalities. Some people do it zoning according to religion, because there was a time in Lagos where a Christian had to come in. But in Enugu, we are doing the zoning among the 3 senatorial zones. But it didn't start as something that was discussed. But because of equity, fairness, and inclusiveness, the governors that happened to be the first governor in the Fourth Republic, Jim Arokenamani, felt that somebody from his zone, the senatorial district, should not succeed him. So he took it to Enugu West. And then the president of Enugu West, Sullivan Chime, also felt that no, somebody from his zone or zone that has done before will not do. So the third leg of the senatorial district of Enugu North had it. But again, even despite those conventions, some people will still come up in some electoral cycles to say there's no zoning. Okay, if there's zoning, show us the book. So for us, we took it, we are public affairs analysts, and every cycle of election keep discussing those issues. So this time around, we said in the last election, this issue also came up. In fact, some people said that since the 3 senatorial districts have gone in the last election, that the zoning should be discarded. But thank God for the governor who also insisted that it should go back to where it started from. And so when I said this issue of always hearing that there's no document to support the zoning system in Enugu, so that we need to, we are scholars in our own right, and analysts and journalists. When I said, okay, it is time to document this, we started having research. It's a 3-year research that we have been able to put together, and we're like, this is the right time to launch this, because we are entering into another cycle of general election, and it will be a good time to document this thing and be part of history of Enugu political history in the Fourth Republic. We didn't just do a library research. We didn't sit down in the library to do research. We went to the field. We talked to people who were players in the sector. Those people took the decision. Those people who implemented it and executed the rotation. And then some of them even said, okay, in the book also we talked about what is the future of zoning in Enugu State. And then we now said that, well, somebody who said, if it's ain't broken, why fix it? So if it's still working, and then one of the correspondents said, okay, in the future, if there's any need for the political actors in Enugu State to say, okay, we are done with zoning, let's use another matrix for selection, and that is it. But again, zoning is not a new in Nigeria's concept. We have federal character in the constitution. We have a constitution that mandates the president to appoint minister from each state. These are, things about zoning positions so that there can be inclusiveness, and that is what this book has documented, and for posterity and for enhance the discourse about the issue of zoning. For now, our democracy is where it is, and we are where we are, and that is our reality for now.
And next is Clinton Ume, a seasoned journalist with over 11 years of field experience. He is a respected public affairs analyst and serves as the editor-in-chief of Journalist101.com, a reputable online news platform. Clinton also hosts the popular show Political Time Out on Divine FM 101.3 Enugu.
Today is a conclusion of a 3 years hard work, painstaking research, and sleepless nights. Today we unveiled the book that tried to resolve the unanswered questions, how we got to where we are. We talked about the evolution, the convention, and then the practice. What we know today as zoning evolved from 1999 till this date. If you go back to what happened in 1999, there was nothing called even rotation of zoning. Chimoloke emerged by sheer political maneuver and nothing more. But in 2003, it was still evolving. That was why we had the likes of Ugawala from Enugu West under APGA, the likes of Fidel Ayogo from AMPP from Enugu North, contesting fiercely for the position. It was a very tough contest. But in 2007, the evolution began to turn into a convention. In 2007, people from Enugu East didn't seek that position, but people from Enugu North and Enugu West contested fiercely. To tell you, it was not written anywhere, but it was a limited one, telling that the evolution is gaining ground. That was why you had the likes of Okechukwu Itani from Enugu North contesting fiercely for the ticket of PDP, as well as the Sullivan Dianacho Chime. But in 2011, it became clearer. By 2015, it was already a practice. So these are the history we'll try to document in this book. We are trying to avoid a situation where maybe in the next 50 years, some merchants of propaganda will begin to tell you there was no time we practice rotation or zoning. We want to eliminate that doubt so that even if you stand up tomorrow and say that what happened in 1999 never happened, we want to provide a material that can debunk that. You know, some persons can be mischievous. Take for instance, a driver or a cook to Jim Mobodo. The next 30 days can come up and tell you I was a stakeholder then. This never happened. So we've got first-hand information of those that were there when it happened. So we are trying to document a history in a manner it cannot be changed.
And next is Dr. Chikeze Obasi, an experienced public health physician and medical practitioner at ASUT Teaching Hospital, Parkland, Enugu, Nigeria. He is a fellow West African College of Physicians, Public Health, and consults for UNICEF, WHO, and DNOA. Dr. Obasi serves as secretary of the Guild of Public Affairs Analysts of Nigeria.
Okay, first, we understand clearly that knowledge began by undocumented evidences. By the time people put them together and make reference to it, become documented, and people begin to deliberate on it. Rotation, let me start by saying rotation started in 2006. I would say 2006 because Chimaro came the man, took it away from Enugu East where he was, he came from, to Enugu West, and then to Sullivan Yana Church in invited to thing that was according to what he said now it completed a cycle in 2023 and Uguanyi decided that it's time for us to move again to Enugu against all odds. We saw a lot of people who contravened those norms, and we said it's time for us to pen to paper so that posterity will judge us right. Many of us will so we wanted us to have something that worked and maintain peace, and we can document it. We can legislate around it in the future. We've seen states that do not practice zoning or rotation, and we know how anarchous it is. So Enugu is a different place where peace and unity and we believe that under peace and unity, equity and fairness, we can actually thrive and prosper.
And now, our distinguished dignitaries.
I am Ike Ndolo. I'm a professor of communication and media studies. Today's occasion is a fulfillment, a momentous occasion and a fulfillment of what we expected from the publishers. As a matter of fact, Dr. Chanyoke and Dr. Ambrose Igwoke were PhD students of mine. I actually graduated them, so it's no mean feat of what happened today. I expected no less from them. The book is today. The book is today. The book is humanity in print. The book is a lighthouse in the sands of time, and I encourage everybody to get the book just like most people got, because it tells about Enugu State, the yesterday, the today, and tomorrow of the political dynamics of Enugu State, and it is great. And I encourage more people to delve into this political arena to embellish what they have published today. So good luck to them, and good luck to everybody that came here today. It was a momentous occasion. Thank you.
My name is Comrade Eguchina Franklin, the CEO of First Trans Limited. Today book launch is a very wonderful and powerful event that I believe will spark some conversation in the southeast. This zoning thing has been practiced mostly in Enugu State, and which have made Enugu State to be very peaceful from time immemorial, from the democratic era. And if you currently look at it now, some southeast states and even in Nigeria at large, they don't practice such. Some in a village actually, or in a local government, or should I say senatorial zone, you keep producing governor for so long. long. But here in Enugu, they believe that I am there. So I think it's a very wonderful event that definitely will spark a conversation in the national politics as a whole.
When Musanya Obulu Mili, hey, Manya Beni Kadime.